Hello, good afternoon. Had the late to father the kitten no I by Kamuna Papa and the entire thing. Hana done late kita. So, I'm on the program for the Hanway Kabata Goodness to the MSC program. Where Baba Zema can be. Okay, so
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political view comes to you at Ebonade 103.5 FM with Martin Define every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space of political actors from various political parties of political process, views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to everyone at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/GistFM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
on the 25th of February 2023, the opportunity to elect the three federal senators from Anambra State, one from each of the state's senatorial districts. The elections will coincide with the 2023 presidential election to the Senate, and elections to the House of Representatives and state elections will be held 2 weeks later from that. Then, good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Political Views on Ebonade 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifeanyi Ekezie. If you recall, party primaries were held between 4th April and 9th June 2022. Various candidates emerged from different political parties, and we are here, today counting down 60 days away from the activities of the general elections. As we all have diverse political interests, let me bring you up to speed on the current happenings in the Nigerian political space today. Political news, the headlines. "2023 Anambra Central will feel impact of a new Nigeria under my watch," Princess Mbakwe, NNPP Senatorial Candidate. Osibanjo preaches mercy, grace for Nigeria in Christmas Day message. "2015 promises, PDP, APC clash as Kuka slams Buhari." "133 million poor Nigerians. Sarah sues Buhari over failure to probe spending on social intervention programs." "Don't drag religion, ethnicity into politics," Onaikan warns politicians. G5's struggle beyond 2023. Now, details of the story. "2023, Anambra Central will feel impact of a new Nigeria under my watch." Princess Mbakwe, NNPP Senatorial Candidate. Senatorial candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party (NNPP) for Anambra Central District, Princess Helen Mbakwe, has promised that under her stewardship as the Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if elected during the 2023 general election, people of Anambra Central Senatorial District shall experience all the benefits of representation as part of the new Nigeria project. Mbakwe, who spoke yesterday in Oka as guest during the Nigerian Union of Journalists Anambra State Council end of the year party, Christmas celebration, and installation of new patrons ceremony, said she is driven by the passion to do things positively, different as to bring succor to the people of her senatorial district in Anambra. She outlined empowerment, educational support, youth and women engagement, as well as welfare schemes as part of her legislative agenda, which she said will translate to employment opportunities, security, productivity at the grassroots level, and excellency in education in the entire Anambra Central Senatorial Zone when elected. Yes, sir. Well, I'm going now. Anyway, you can see. Measure the image. Okay, but you can understand that. And still on the stories making the headlines on the political news this afternoon, 2015 promises. PDP, APC clash as Kuka slams Buhari. The People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress on Sunday clashed over allegation by the Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, that the President, Major General Muhammad Buhari, retired, failed to fulfill his 2015 electoral promises, while the PDP backed the cleric, saying his assessment of Buhari's regime was on point. The APC berated the Christian leader's statement as ungodly and biased in his Christmas message at St. Mary Catholic Church, Sokoto, titled "Let Us Turn a New Leaf." On Sunday, Kuka said Buhari will be leaving office in good health, noting, however, that Nigerians were in pain on account of his failure to fulfill his promises to fix the country. Kuka, who attacked Buhari several times on his policies and inability to tackle corruption, cited nepotism as a major factor that characterized his regime. The next story we have for you is "Don't drag religion, ethnicity into politics." Onaikan warns politicians. Catholic cleric Cardinal John Olorufemi Onaikan yesterday urged politicians against bringing religion and ethnicity into politics. He faulted those campaigning on religious sentiments for trying to manipulate Nigerians along religious divide. The cleric who spoke to newsmen on Sunday described as an unfortunate that some political actors have been using religion as an instrument of division. According to him, Nigeria, being a secular state, should not be bothered about religious beliefs. G5 struggle beyond 2023. Other State Governor Okeze Ikpeazu has said that the philosophy of the G5 governors led by Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike is beyond the 2023 general election. Speaking at the Government House Lodge in Aba, the state capital, he noted that the agitation for inclusiveness by the 5 PDP governors was not only for the sake of 2023, but to ensure fairness and mutual trust in the country. Ikpeazu said the integrity group's agitation is about integrity, which is lacking in the current political system. The governor noted that a united Nigeria would be realized if there is political, economic, and social harmony. He said there is an issue of integrity, issue of keeping promises, issue of making sure that if we say, after me, it's yours, it's you, and when the time comes, it happens. The next story, Finance Act proposes 20 million naira fine against failure to file annual return on petroleum profit tax. President Muhammadu Buhari proposed steep penalties of up to 20 million naira against first offenders among oil companies operating in the country and which failed to comply with the provision of the Petroleum Profit Tax Act. He also proposed an additional 2 million naira daily after the first offense, the steep penalties, and several other provisions, which include payment of tax on what the government described as digital assets, are contained in the 2022 Finance Act, recently sent to the National Assembly by the President to guide the implementation of the 2023 budget. There you have it. This is the junction where I will introduce a guest at this time, but take a listen to this report before I introduce my guest.
The dream for a new Nigeria cannot be actualized if new politicians do not emerge from the people to change what is perceived as the recycled politicians. New set of ideas must emerge from the grassroots to be implemented at the federal level to bring about a new Nigeria, the Nigeria we all desire. And that is why Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe, Adigwe Aniakwe of Abatete, declared that she is running for the position of Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing Anambra Central District, which comprises of 7 local government areas in the state. Oka North, Oka South, Anyocha, Dunukopia, Njikoka, Idemili North, Idemili South.
My husband is from Abacha, Mbakwe family in Abacha, in Idemili local government, and my mother is from Israel.
And she's running on the platform of the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria, and this 2023 is going to be a new person in the presidency, but it's also time for my district, Anambra Central, to have a new person. That's confidence. And also because I came out in this time when the youth and the mothers are clamoring for a good place for the children and tomorrow's people to grow under. So I believe that we can't go too far with anyone who has worked with the old government, because it's going to be difficult to change people and change things.
To change the status quo, Government Nigeria will take the bull by the horn to join politics to make changes in the areas they want to see them.
Seeing the way I've not been a politician, but seeing the way and the hope Nigeria has in 2023 for a new set of leaders, and then the hope 2023, hoping we'll get in good people. I also said I want to be among the pace setters for the new Nigeria, so that when the new Nigeria comes, the people are being counted as those who were effective during that period. I want to be one of them.
The call for the inclusion of women in politics is on the rise as efforts and contribution of women in politics and other sectors in the developed world contributes immensely to fast growth in economy. The impact of women in governance cannot be overemphasized, and questions about experience and skills can be addressed with these qualifications.
I grew up in Jos, going to primary, secondary, and the University of Jos. I read law, also law school, in the Nigerian law school in Lagos, before when it was just one law school in the country. And I also did my master's in international law at Unilag. After that, I worked with a little Ministry of Defense under Dr. Bali. He was the Minister of Defense, and still there when General Patrick took over. Then I moved over from there to the bank, and went into full practice of law. And from there, I've done a lot of other jobs.
Highlighting the change she directly towards the desires of the people.
But I do know that one of the things I would like to do, which I know hasn't been happening in Nigeria, is I want to help in cutting down the cost of governance. That's one of the things that brings tears to my eyes. The kind of money I heard or I know that they receive and roll around their hands in government. So I'd like to help to bring down the cost of governance. I would also like for other people to be included in the government of this Nigeria, which is specific provision for the youth, provision for women folk and mothers, provision for the elderly, because the youth who have not much hope are still the ones looking after the same elderly.
From Abatete, Martin Ipan Shubu AKC reporting.
You read the report before, have you?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Okay, let's get to it. Let me now introduce you. Yes, there you have it. As tight as the race of the Anambra Central Senatorial seat appears to be, the call for a new Nigeria have ushered in new politicians into the political space. New politicians are still like common Nigerians who want, to change the status quo. So, joining me now in the studio is the new Nigerian People's Party's senatorial candidate for Anambra Central District, Barrister Princess Mrs. Helen Mbakwe. Welcome to the program, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome to the program. You are the first daughter of the Igwe of Abatete. Just give our audience a proper introduction of who you are. Let them get to know you properly.
Okay. I'm the daughter of Amadigwe, the daughter of Anekigwe in Abatete, Umuduna Abaja.
Okay.
Then my mother is the daughter too of Okeka, Igwe Okeka Nichie, na Eziowe. My husband is of Igwe Mbakwe, the family of Igwe Mbakwe Nakacha. So, Abu Madide, Adigwe, Adide.
Completely.
Complete.
Yes. So, how tough was it for you to make that decision to join politics at the level that you're operating now?
I actually started keeping away from politics and believing the people there will handle it.
Okay.
And then things started to get tough. We went from one political party to the next, and then things started to get tough. So I'm not Katakwasian. So when we started having the Hope Nigeria, the new other political parties, new people, new Nigeria People's Party.
Yeah.
And then if I get change, if I get change, need in Nigeria. If not, I go get boy.
Okay.
So I still kept with and all that, still wondering on a way to keep my see way change with all this old crop of politicians. But by the time Ebukatazi Fano, I send your folk upon ndị mana ha ya alụ nwe ife na-apụta onye na-ekwu presidency onye ekwu ndị mana ha ga-alụ ife pụta and all that. Anyị ma na-ekwu that na ịchọ ka ife dị ịmalụ na onwe ife ị ga-eme chọọ ka ife dị mma na ịpụtakwa nsogbu eme ife anwa ọ dị mma. So that was when I decided that I can't keep wanting people to do things for us and for me. Let me come and join those to do the things because I know I can do a lot.
Okay. Your emergence as a candidate of your party is not just a win for you, it's a win for women in politics as well. So how do you look at it from that angle? Being that, okay, you also have women running in this particular race of yours. Explain your tactics coming into this.
Most questions like that, and my answer is always everybody in a wrong race here. She will do everybody. Everyone might phone. It's not a competition, neither is anything. Everybody man, if you game, one then again here, they are balloon, somebody here, nature.
Yes.
So yes, why and all that. That is an equal affirmative action. At least 35% of women in politics.
Yeah.
So it's gonna no more why you depend on the no more why you depend on the come my fair come on. So in a kune can they put why I put us or the why. So yes, I put time if I'm now. I'm going to do why you know. But they need more woman.
Okay.
It's equation where they go where then a ratio that they not the gap that they not too much. So yes, why they need more why more in politics.
Okay. That alone is not the reason why you joined politics. Tell us what prompted you, like for you to even represent your zone, that district, that Senate Central District, Anambra Central. Why did you decide that, okay, this is the place you go to first to affect change in that area?
One is, okay, if I'm Anambra Central, no one required that now. If all if money,
okay.
And now if I Jupiter na Anambra Central zone. So, anya Malo. Now, even now, every one now not in government. I'm a mobile ife maker. I'm a ife men na buy and mali ife men na begging.
Okay.
Malo ife mega na no around me, particularly I'm a life each of our wine. Anyway,
okay.
Papa Father Tinagi and so much in life now brought us in on a kitchen listen if wine being so I never go me a phone as wine I think I made and Kupana and Nepanya and Anambra Central. If I can Erika. So well Obelen with the camo again. If one time nke buibu, nke the one that is meant for the Anambra Central. No able gauge we go far if it comes through me. And I'm not my mother that now and if I bunkem mad Adam Naka. And I like to share things and make sure it gets to where it's supposed to go. So I'm paying Anambra Central. Now, Mama centralize anything if I able for the central. I will men centralize and then Namo make it sure and the effective or if I perceive Anambra Central, or Gazu Anambra Central. Then if any name per se, it name, or Edmund, if I perceive the name, no good. And we say, when we say, Yamaka, I perceive the name, no good. Now, government to persuade the now, no good. Or if any can make it quite sure that now those things in the Lukwa Aka Obodo need to be under Anambra Central.
Okay. Then, your idea about educational support, look very, all the tempting and all look beautiful, but how do you intend to, tackle the issue of education in our zone, basically? Okay.
Specialization. So, if any make a mother can name source. You might defend somebody specialize in here. It was any fan so that a bro so phone and make a show on you.
Okay.
I be an education. Education they be done from primary, my daycare. Again, in many communities, you will see if they can batches more, some houses more, bello na akulis, ako, boya school, MSc, or to go by mayor. That question again, go my no one, did you go daddy? Get those there in such a way that now they may go to primary school, private schools. On you mean government, or on a copy government, or they might or taking your children out, not to private schools. No, they should run side by side. Okay. Public school and government specifically the one. So the first thing is to look into those primary schools and daycares belong to government proceeding in Nyaka. The Nimesipan can we never find at the private schools no one get one shown had one up to standard because follow those video. If I add this all, okay, I just start something. So if we set our primary schools okay, so that as children are growing up, you are sending them go and buy me this, go and buy me that. So as they walk, they will look at these schools and want to go to school. Our children need to want to go to school.
Okay.
So that you're going to have the option to stay home today. They'll say, my mom had to meet the school. I remember for me, I started school at about 4 years. Why? Because I had older cousins, girl cousins, that we all grew up together, and they were going to school, and I was I was the one home. I started begging to start. My father said, wait 1 more year until you're at least 5, and I said no, that I don't want to stay home. That's because there was something attractive in going to school. We need to get our children back to that level, and that's by developing and equipping our primary schools. Then we move it to the secondary schools, and these things are quite easy. It's there's nothing so hard about them.
It's not rocket science.
If you can't get them done yourself, there are NGOs that have, what is NGO? NGO is non-governmental organizations. They run side by side with government. They have chosen some things, they choose some things or some topics or some particular sphere of life which they focus on. And they are looking for things to do. So these are the places you approach and ask them, can you help me get this done? And you assign some schools and assist them in whatever they can to bring up our schools. We need to get our schools, okay, primary and secondary school, before it was a local university, but the ones that belong to our district, Anambra Central. Actually, I want to help to make Anambra Central a place where people will look up to. We need to feel the government. We are not the ones looking for government. Government should look for us. I perceive feel government. I feel in Anambra Central. Other our neighbors will also see something to copy. And in little by little, this new hope, this hope 2023, all this will begin to go around. Let's see it through. And before we know it, we actually will see what we voted for in 2023.
Yes. Remember that you're still listening to Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I'm in the studio with Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe, and we are here talking about the Senate, like Anambra Central Senatorial District. That's exactly what we are discussing right now, being that she is the candidate for the new Nigeria's People's Party, and then today we are looking at a whole lot of issues. So time will come when you get to, ask your questions about all of this. But now, still on the education, you said, okay, you excluded university. But from your own perspective, if you get to the Senate chambers, what are your plans for your Nigeria just concluded strike of like the longest strike we've experienced in history. So what like sort of bills are you going to propose that will enable Nigeria stand firm when it comes to education in that level of higher institution?
I keep saying too that you need to put round pegs in round holes.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer with a master's degree in international law.
Okay.
The Senate is where laws are made. So there in the Senate, we look at the existing laws that make it, that even made it possible for children to, or for our youth to be on strike and be able to stay home for so many months. That's exactly where we need to look at. Because they look at, then if the laws are not fit for their purposes, then we need to get to repealing some laws and bringing up some laws that are different laws that
enacting new ones.
Enacting new laws that we help to we hope for. I keep using that term Hope 2023 because that is under which we are trying to do this election. Is because we have this hope for 2023.
Yeah.
So we get into the educational system.
Yeah.
After the primary, secondary, we get into the tertiary system.
Okay.
And then we look at how we can get our children to stay also in school, make going to university and colleges, make them attractive.
Okay.
How do you make them attractive? You first equip the schools. You also now equip the lecturers, the teachers, the administrative, equip them to be able to come to school wanting to teach.
Okay.
If they want to teach and impact and are able to impact knowledge and an atmosphere of relaxation and focus to studies, our children who went to school will begin to even be happy going to school. Like I said, we need to get children to be happy to be in school.
Okay.
And what it needs is to put things right. So when they get there, they sit around and then they listen and understand what is going on. Okay. But the teachers and those who are imparting this knowledge, we need to find out what we give them, make them purposeful,
okay,
and get into the classes to make our children love to listen and want to come to school.
Okay. I know you have a bit of a security background. What is your take when it comes to security in Nigeria? What are you going to do different to change the situation? We all know how it is right now.
Security is mostly that of state and federal government. But like I said, I don't really mind my business. The important thing is, if you are part of a system, what can you do to make it work? That's what is called teamwork.
Okay.
If you know something about this, or you have an idea of this, or you know someone about this, it doesn't matter if something doesn't fall on your exact table, that
okay,
you don't get it done.
Mm.
But it does fall on my exact table as a senator, because security falls on everybody's table.
Okay.
It affects all of them. So if I know that there are agencies that handle security and they have been tested, they have done well at it. So getting them on board and asking them, how do I secure Anambra Central? What do I do to get Anambra Central secured? How do I do this? Working hand in hand with the state government, working hand in hand with the local governments,
okay,
with the towns, with the wards, with the unions. This is what we will sit down at the table and iron out and make sure we carry them out and we follow them up.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for that one then. But I want to use this one to begin to wrap it up before our people get to call you and ask you some of their questions as well. But 133 million poor Nigerians, what are your plans for poverty alleviation?
I already do on a personal level. I already run as the president of Feed the Family.
Okay.
The 3X, Feed the Family Foundation. And what we do there, our own idea and theme is that mothers are usually the first contact children have before they even get into being youth.
Okay.
The husbands go out to work. They may for due to be for some of the families who fall under indigent. It means what the father brings in does not really go round
Okay.
or make up for the daily needs of the home. So now the mothers stay home and they have to stay around the homes because the children are growing up. And it's not like in those days that when the mother comes out, maybe a little cousin or the other goes with her to help look after the home. Many homes now are without help for the little children. So what we do is what the foundation, the 3Fs does is to create, to make the mother also to work and then get some, also empower the mother to be able to assist. At least let the feeding of the house come from the mother, so that what comes from the father will be for school fees, clothes, and all that.
Okay.
So we create we find stores, market stores or roadside stores, and it's close to the home, so the mother doesn't go too far. And we give them, and we do pay for the stores. And because the mother has not undergone any apprenticeship, we ask the leaders in the market and some stores doing the same trade around her to please coach her and follow up for 1 or 2 months. And we pay them to do this supervision over them before the mother starts. So I already do that on a private level.
Okay.
So I know that there is so much poverty, and that is also going to be a focus. We bring the government to the people by finding out what we can do. How do we get the youth employed? How do we get the teeming number of unemployed youth also engaged? These are the things we can ask some of the some of the owners of factories around the Anambra Central district to please relocate some of those in factories and industries around there, where even if it's assembly plants, so that the youth can have somewhere to go and the mothers can do some work too around those factories. So into that, and also fund those who can start up trades, fund them to do the trades and do follow-up and supervision for them to do that. In that way, at least we need to find a way, and we need to organize a way for families to be able to feed and be self-sustaining in each home.
Okay. So you see, you're already providing solution to that particular problem. But remember that you are listening to Political Views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. The new Nigerian People's Party's candidate for Senate, Anambra Central, Barrister Mrs. Princess Helen Mbakwe, is in the studio with us. You get the opportunity to, ask her a thing or two about our locality, about where she wants to represent us. That is the Anambra Central. The numbers you'll call to become part of this conversation: 080 9666 1035. Meanwhile, the issue of insecurity is a great threat to 2023 general election, with the level of attacks we saw at INEC offices, INEC facilities. How visible is the election next year? How do you look at it now?
They said no pain, no gain.
Okay.
So the attacks, yes, they are wrong, but I also don't think I don't think it's gonna deter the INEC office from carrying on their activities.
Okay.
Nor will it also deter us from having
A credible election.
a credible election, a violence-free election. But we go with faith and see what tomorrow brings.
Okay. Anyhow, still 080 9666 1035. Let's look at the bid to amend the constitution, that proposed the bills that will allow local government to open and run its own account. how are you going to approach the issue of local government autonomy when you become a senator? I've asked this before, but let's our public hear what you have to say about it now.
The local government autonomy, I think, has actually a special division,
Okay.
and there are divergent views on that. For me, I think the local governments need to be, yes, autonomous.
Okay.
They know the local government, the leaders of the local government, they know their local government. We need to give them our support to be able to run the local government, but still report and let us be able to see where they have challenges and assist in them. But yes, we need to have the local governments working on their own.
Yes. Okay. But at this point, senators are supposed to be having town hall meetings, with the people they represent. Do you think the political class are living up to the expectations when it comes to that town hall meeting? And what are you going to do differently?
The political class is not living up to their expectations. That's why we call 2023 Hope Nigeria.
Okay.
If they were doing all they should be
Supposed to be doing. Mm.
they will not be talking of hope. We already believe in hope.
Okay.
But things have got to change. And that's why the Hope Nigeria, yes. From come 2023, with the ideas being coming up with people who have proposed for presidency, and for us who are coming up for Senate, the new ones, we know what we want. We have lived under the past dispensation. So you can't have lived under the past dispensation and not know what you want.
Okay.
What we want now is that there's the interactive session. We want to feel our representatives. Yes, there will be several interactive sessions. There will be so many groups. There will be so many events. It should be open and will be open.
Okay.
The 2023 Hope is an open government where the people are ruling by themselves.
Okay. Okay. In a jiffy, the phone lines is open already, so you get to ask a question or two to Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe, about the senatorial Anambra Central, the district, the senatorial seat of Anambra Central district. What is your take on all of this? What are you grounded politically, basically, in our locality? We are in that senatorial district right now. So you have a question to ask about it. 080-9666-1035, and you become part of this conversation. What are your political views? So we'll debate a bit and go to national issues, like some of the things that is happening in the news. Can we do that?
You're not direct questions to me.
Just
Conversation.
conversation for today.
Like what topic?
We've already touched this one about
Security and INEC.
yes, the issue of not dragging religion and ethnicity into politics. Then the issue of G5 governors. I don't know if you can comment on that one too. Okay. Then let's talk about your presidential candidate. Can we do that? Just to know, I don't know, but yeah. Okay, you don't want to do that one. Okay, fine.
You look like I'm selling them.
Instead of okay. Ask you to call him. Okay, that's the number I called 9009666. You can call him if you want to. Let me continue. Yes, it is still political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM, and it is happening. We are in the studio with Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe. She is the candidate, the senatorial candidate of NNPP for Anambra Central District. We're in the studio talking about the challenges of even the Anambra Central District, that senatorial zone. We are talking about it really. So, Ma, let's also venture into the issue of, okay, some of what you would like, would you say is okay, let's hear from this person. We already got a call. Let's hear from this person. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name and location.
I'm fine, calling from Obidi.
Please go on, if fine.
Yeah, I'm making a studio.
Okay.
I'm making one on a studio. Open and deeper, I'm on winning with Fedipa, that brain.
Okay.
So we need to support her.
Okay.
What mother can be called ideas. Not wrong, no, because if you need to Julia, good to know then, like, yeah, good to know we said again.
Not the grounded. Oh, please call back. Hi, we lost that call. 08096661035. Call and let's know what you think of all of this and her senatorial, that like the ambition she has for the Anambra Central Senatorial District. What is your take on all of this? 08096661035. What are your thoughts politically? Hello? Yeah, good evening.
What is it?
Your name and location? You said? Okay, Mbakwe.
Okay,
Okay.
My video.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
enyewegokwanụ PVC o. So ọ ga-adị mma ichek ebe local gọọmenti gị dị jegodu first dị sure na malụgodu ma PVC ga-adọrọ na ya, because anyị ama nọ n'ụlọ na-asị na ha collect by PVC ma ndị na-enye PVC na ekwukwa na ndị mmadụ abịarọ na collect PVC. Ịma na otebe na just last week ha bidoro nyebe no PVC na local government. So ama a number of people ma ndị sikwa ma Lagos nata foketa anụwa register na at least $10 million. Ha je for Ogidi collect enyefa PVC. So ka ije go look anụwa between now and middle of January. I try go to local government side all the na local governments. After that we book na ward or na polling around the polling booths I register. But for now, it's a local government. We just has signal all the wrong. He is na the mana na amagom DJ last week before Christmas get collected.
Okay. So the numbers again 08096661035. What is your take on all of this thing? She's going to represent you if you're listening right now. So what is your take? Let's hear from you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, that is good. Agụ amantụpụ anyị na Naịjirịa na ọ bụ na ọ banye ọchịchị a dịka anụmanụ ebe ọbụla onye nọ na-anụ elu a onye mmadụ ụlọ na ọ bụ ezigbo mmadụ ka ọ bụ biko ka anyị tinyere ya aka ka ọ banye ọchịchị a biko ọ bụ na inwegodo PVC inwere ike iri ichite ya ọfụma biko mbọta a ka anyị tinyere ya na sineta biko ka ọ gaa ọfụma ezigbo mmadụ ka ọ bụ.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Yes, thank you. Yes, it is still political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM, and we are in the studio with barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe. She's coming out for the senatorial seat for Anambra Central District under the platform of the NNPP. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
I can be children from Israel.
Okay, Gabaniro.
Achọrọ m ịgwa nwanne m nwaanyị n'ebe ahụ nwa dị anaghị na obi tọrọ m ụtọ na bifo wee pụtawa na anyị maka ihe ọ na-alụla anyị mana ezi owere ma na abatete so obi dị m ụtọ na ịpụtazi ịzụtazi nke anụ anyị nwa n'ezi owere pụta nkwụnyeru gị na ndị ma ndị na-enweghị PVC anyị agba mbọ ma anyị gaa ya eme so obi na-atọ m ụtọ na ịpụta na ịbụ anyị chọrọ ndị ọkụ ndị na-apụta wee lụọla anyị ọrụ ọnụ ihe onye ya alụ ọrụ asị mmakpụ ha na fon ebe kwuo ama m onye nwa ihe na-alụ mana isi ije ebe a n'ihi ekwuchitela anyị nke ọbụla ekwesịrị ịlụ n'ihi egweta lụọla anyị ya doziela anyị mba anyị ihe na-ekwu iwu Chineke ziri elu gị mee ihe niile gaa ọfụma.
Thank you so much. Yes. Bụrụ ndị m na-ewe asị na ọ bụ na ị ka na-esi ngọ ị ga-akpọ ngwa jụọ ajụjụ ebe isi esi ngọ gị nwa ebe isi eme your argument whatever it is ị kpọọ jụọ ọ na ebe a ọ ga-aza gị 08096611035. What are your political views when it comes to now, Anambra Central District? Kedu ihe ilo ga-aka mma? Let's keep it going. Basically, if you should get in there, what are you going to propose as a bill that will enable female or will enable more inclusion, not just in politics now, but also in the private sector of women and youth?
It's one thing to make laws, it's another thing to make sure the laws
are implemented
and to follow up on the implementation.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of laws that can if I can make good face, see make the laws, so then one that get repealed, one that get amend.
Okay.
Makwazandia so Obrogodi make new laws now. Or can I check go to Ken, but I know for certain that they will get a number of bills and laws on women, like this affirmative action for 35% of women in politics. All of them. But and they follow Paniano, check how many of these state government houses. Okay, where governor president governor as a device, Ethiopia is working. So Kezedo Moai we see Batasi below the 35%. So I'm not let down if I get is to make sure at least start to go to show so many positions available that any option of male female and yet an equal opportunity to be able to apply and go for those positions. Or why I say but not now, not now. No. Not now, but by I on a class in a school. Normally, at least like the long one, yeah. Normally, check out the first 10. They are following many times 5 to 6 now, or 5 to 6 best students. Now, why? In many places, and unisex exams.
Okay.
So, MSC why was the first last in the class? But I actually go. I can work up wine. Now the positions, yes, I will anom there. So I'm gonna make a question on why better.
Okay.
I alone I don't know. Manje dey no le alone. Ma bo aka ko mo why guys ways.
Okay. Anyhow, it is still 08096661035. You have, to ask a question as at this point. Get to understand what she's doing, and she's basically going to do it for all of us. So you need to ask the question now, to get her to understand some of the things you are also yearning for that she might not be thinking of right now. So talk to us, 08096661035. Let's hear from you. What are your political views? It is happening on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Now, some of the headlines we have today is talking about don't drag religion, ethnicity into politics. Oneikan, one politicians. Okay, let's hear from this person first before we continue. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Oh, the man go on. Okay. Apa gonna be first?
My name is Monica.
Okay, Gabaniru.
Yes, I can even run on one. In the Japan, you didn't talk much. It's not the town.
Yes.
You know, in that, you're on a target.
Thank you.
That's like it, I do not see it on our one. Well, not like it as somebody. Yeah, boy, no, go to the best, go with the house. Before we into the unanswered that straight away.
Experience.
So, all not whatever a man can do, a man can do better.
Yes, sir.
But I'm continuing to know that when we get
Okay.
when that's the now had it all.
Amen. One, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I know from Mondozo. Thank you so much. Yes, it is still political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. It is happening. The numbers you call to become part of the conversation we're having up here is 08096661035. When you call, you can as well, venture into some of the headlines we're also talking about right now. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name and location.
I found the metro station.
Can we say okay, Mbakwe.
I didn't care if I'm not to go back away in Canada.
Thank you.
But all young or to me. But who can let them on that? Now, by me, I need to go back a capital. I'm a good time capital. Do I to limit to Jonah? You do it in the Chile. You are one of four. Capital do one of four. And if you can make a wine in car, from New Nigeria People's Party, made of who only put that sauce, your mama, and all law. Why had about going to get no year in a legislative office?
Based on no law.
So there's no woman support you not 100%.
Okay.
What can I know your phone at 20%?
Okay.
You don't change that to go to one on the Let us have a new thing.
Okay.
So why the NNPP? You were my vote, 100%.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yes. Now let's venture into that issue of religion, ethnicity in our politics today. Do you think Nigeria have come of age where that issue doesn't matter again when it comes to politics in Nigeria?
It shouldn't matter, but it shouldn't matter. Religion and ethnicity should not matter.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
When I had people from so many
Ethnicity in Nigeria.
so many, I mean, the other different religions.
Just go to the thoughts. Let's hear from this person. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good evening. Good evening, my brother. Yes, go on. Your name and location.
Yeah, my name is Nanda. I'm calling from Anambra.
Okay, please go on.
Yeah, I first of all want to get our money as a student.
Okay.
I said my first name, I gave him more wisdom as he prepares to go for the Senate.
Amen. Okay.
I also want to encourage her that he should pick it up.
Okay.
We are happy that he's going there. I want to please we have to bring up to make sure that our women, our mothers, our sisters, our nieces and cousins are well taken care of at the Senate level.
Okay.
Because when we see what the past ones have done to us, I will pray as the God comes up by next year that God will strengthen her more.
Okay. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, please. Don't you have anything, like if you look at the Nigerian senators today, do you have anything that they are doing wrong that you want her to correct? Ask her about that now.
Well, she has spoken about it.
Okay.
Though we don't have town hall meetings, but she has promised us that we'll be having town hall meetings. We are happy about that.
Okay.
I will pray God to strengthen her to complete because we have seen some of them that are calling for the town meeting, but still, none of the town hall meetings have been done. But to pray as she has promised us, we believe in her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Yes, it is still political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We are talking about, religion and ethnicity in Nigerian politics today. Let's get on it till we get another caller. So, okay, we have one. Let's hear from this person. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good evening. Your name and location?
Yeah, my name is Chukwuebuka.
Where are you calling us from?
Listen, Walker.
Okay, Mwagabani Chukwuebuka.
I'm not no one on a stage.
Okay.
On a studio. Her voice, the way she speaks, the thing. Now, Oga represents her very well.
Okay.
As well. And in fact, she's good.
Okay.
Everything she said, it shows that she's sound.
She's on point.
And I'll get more from her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So she has my vote, 100%.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for
calling. All right.
Thank you. Right. Yes, we are on to that religion and ethnicity in Nigerian politics.
Religion and ethnicity in Nigerian politics. All the way toward the now. But I may could operate toward before. I now look up all or former before. We all worked together before. And when back in school, when I was in just Amaronye Bonye, we all worked together. And I have best friends. And I remember Onye Nenyela Kana exam was a different Nenyela Kakwade exam was a different religion. She were actually best friends in secondary school. Amad Demo Makan didn't know anything about religion.
Okay.
And in my school, boarding school, I name almost Elu Lenten period. The school I provide that for the Christians. I am our fasting for the period, 40 days fasting. Another religion during on Fridays, the school may provide bus Bulu students mosque. On Sunday, provide bus Bulundi Catholic, Bulundi Anglican, Bulu everybody. We didn't have any issues with religion and ethnicity. All but like we said, this is all any indicator before February 2023. Is old Nigeria. It's going to now be an old Nigeria.
Okay.
Come 2023, everything will have to change.
Let's hear from this person. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Your name and location.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Your name and location, please.
Okay, my name is Chris.
Okay, where are you calling us from? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Igbo.
Okay, please. Go on.
Hello?
Yes, go on now. What do you have to say to go on. Tell us what you think about the candidacy of Dr. Mrs. Helen Mbakwe. Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe. What is your thought on all that she's saying in the studio so far?
Okay. It's not for anything. At least I like her voice. I can say that I like her voice.
Okay.
And I would like her to represent us in the red chamber.
Okay.
Her voice is so honoring.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Yeah.
Yes. It is still political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Yes. We are getting to it, really. Let's also venture into that. We are talking about ethnicity. I know a lot of people will still call in to ask you questions. So a lot of people are calling. Though network might be, during some of the calls, a lot of people will still call in to ask you questions. But anyhow, still on that religion and ethnicity, please tell us what you think in Nigeria.
I've said that come 2023, the beautiful hope all of us are waiting for, that things are going to change. We will work with Nigeria as Nigeria. You will have to look at the the school system and look at the everywhere now that religion and ethnicity is playing are playing parts in. By 2023, when we get into the government, we'll have to do something about that.
Okay.
We'll have to remove ethnicity wherever you are, wherever you choose to be, wherever you choose to be resident. Whoever you want to be is who you should be. If you are living in the north in Kano and you want to, and they ask you where are you from, you say you are from Kano and you want to be from Kano. You work with wherever your address is or where you choose to be. But we will have to get away from those forms where we fill forms and they ask you where are you from, where is your mother from, where is this,
okay,
and all
those
that.
things. Okay.
We'll have those are it's from there. The red chamber and the laws that even enabled these things to
be in place.
So we'll have to look at them.
Yes.
Because if you start to change things without looking at the laws, people will still take you to court and the court will still prevail.
Okay.
So we need to really do a lot of work at the red chamber so that we can so that we can actualize our new Nigeria.
And looking at it properly, you will say that okay, some of these things are one of the things that divides us. Whenever we are asked some of these questions, we begin to think of okay, we are not really one, right? Okay, anyhow. It is still political views on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. The numbers you will call to become part of the conversation here 08096661035. Here the program may end with 40. So I can a lot of time. So now here allows to do more things now.
I can dwell on some of the questions.
Yes, establish Yes, remember that you're listening to Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. And we are in the studio with the new Nigerian People's Party's candidate for Senate, Anambra Central, Barrister Mrs. Princess Helen Mbakwe. We've touched a lot of things when it comes to Anambra Central, things affecting them, even things like national issues as well. We have also touched some of these areas. The numbers you will call to become part of the conversation here, 080-9666-1035. What is your thought politically? What do you foresee when it comes to politics really? Come in and then let's talk about these issues. It concerns all of us, all that goes on in the corridors of power, in one way or the other affects us. So we have opportunity of somebody who can represent us now. We have opportunity to have a discussion with the person, to get to understand exactly what the person is going to do once the person gets to the red chambers, So basically, call in, let's have this conversation. 080-9666-1035. You can as well send SMS to the said number via SMS or WhatsApp, 080-9666-1035. What is your thought on all of these happenings? Okay, anyway, we got the message from Onyedeka from Ogidi, and he says, it is a good idea because in my school, it's not so. My school is Catholic, and we, the students, are being compelled to our beliefs, which is not supposed to be so. For we all have rights to freedom of religion in Nigeria. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining us on this program this evening. Let's hear from this person. Hello. 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 Wow, please call back 08096661035. You can as well send SMS to the same number. Yes. Oh, majorly we'll be taking calls still. We don't see any call. Hello? 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 Yeah. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, move away from your radio, please. Move away from your radio set. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Your name and location?
Oh, Emmanuel Genetic.
Kebi Sabo.
That's my mom.
Okay, Mbakwe.
I'm not only one name. I'm not only one name. Why I'm not Australia.
Okay.
Na Ellen,
Mbakwe.
Mbakwe. One is work for my Anambra Central. Other one getting the Indonesian.
Okay.
But I don't go and I come getting the Indonesian or another loan of 2 years old.
Okay.
Sarah Massa for there.
Okay. Okay.
Naga Martinez is good for there.
Okay. One.
And that's one the one that you make an earlier.
Okay.
Anambra Central.
Amen. Mda na ada ejebe before eje represent anyị na that area. Kedu ifefa na-eme like ị ga-achọ egwu ya kịta ka nyanwa ha dị repeat the same thing.
Onwere ego a na-eme chacha a na-ewu na mfa na-eme ka onye nke na kịta ya o nwere ndị okwu onye okwu ndị na-eri n'aka ya ọdụọ mma ka okwu onye na-eri n'aka ya ọtụtụ oge o wetie ọgwụlụ ụzọ dịra mee ụzọ alụlụ ụzọ ka mmadụ anyị were ego na-eke na-ezi akara ya onwe ndị na-ezi ihe ike mana ọ bụrụ ụzọ ka ịlụ bụ onye ọbụla ma nwoke ma nwaanyị onye ọbụla na-aga n'ụzọ ahụ all this town hall meeting na anagata azanị na-anụga na-akwụ onye aṅụ anya dịka na ndị na-arịa anya ndị na-eji na-ada eji ọkụma ego ndị wee laị chacha ma ọ bara eto oche jide ihe.
Ngwan, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You too. Thank you so much for joining us. It is political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Let's look at the situation of mothers. What, like, the kind of bills you will propose, for mothers when it comes to work issues and every other thing. But before then, hold the thoughts. Let's hear from this person before we venture into that one. Hello. Hello. Yes. Good evening. Your name and location. Okay, Obinna, please go on. Okay, Ngwan. Okay.
Abụgoro nsogbu mana ọ na nke akọ na ketere wee dịwa like that mụnwa na-adị ya ebe ọ bụ na ekọwala ka o si wee na-adịghị ka ọ gadịla kedu isi iji kpata n'oge wee dịje na des na nke ikpeazụ.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Yes, Pico.
Okay, thank you. It was why ka pass wele egwu wee lukwa ebe anụ. Etu si wee kwu mgbe m nwa na-aga school anyị nwere issues and etu esi ejem Catholic school. Mana ama m naanị bọọsụ ekuga everybody. Ụbọchị Sunday enwere ndị na-eje ma Pentecostal enwere different buses okpuru eje ebunatakwa ka ha niile. Friday ndị na-ebu Muslim eje provide for fiber and so it was like that. So amaramu etu nwayọ enwezi fa na-ekwu na Nigeria civil catchment area, say this and say that. But if I maybe I think by the time Choiga University that quota system, that was when we started space literacy. So I want anything, anybody, anything like I said, if you anything is something into as a law, a law. All law cage will pass it pass upon where there was the quota system, all law everybody follow Beno through. Can Choiga University with a particular cutoff point, but it was less than the cutoff point for Anambra State. But the cutoff point Kali so many other states, but Anambra and Akwa Ibom, Imo State, some of the highest cutoff points are named. So I want to fair about Nyaka no Banego na law and then about time when the that I get change the chair. So I cross also it could go already now get changing. And I could go court to get it changed. So brought just na
and then when you get there, you supposed to make sure all the speedy.
So if I get me it's always we make it the law me. I never see it to a case no will be a problem for everybody. We have seen where we have gotten to because of it. That's what was also one of some of the first things I get to correct this so that every Nigerian is as equal to every Nigerian.
Okay, then can I even shop into the issue of PVC again before I buy back Pazanian does on kind of good from Monia. Hello. Good evening.
How was the next where we are?
No, we've been not.
Up to now, I'm going to see how too long. And we're so aware. Or the Nigeria, no, what a can end up on. Or the Kahana ever expect you, not your body. Or the Nigeria Katana, or never expect you, not your rotation where you, I can how you not your body. Nigeria, the Congress, I will get a order from the court. Court Nigeria may obey. Mabona court, I'm in an order. That's what I have to say. I'm waiting to obey. Because you have seen some cases in that the federal government of Nigeria. I will lay out on that first case. They will violate the order and do their own. You have seen the case of Anambra. How court being handed them over the DSS for them to defend him to his court on 26th of last year. Since that time, court handed them over that young man. The same court are telling them to free the man. He's an innocent man. Up to now, the DSS and the Amalani have never obeyed the order. What they are saying is that what did they say that what the Amalani said? He said the release are not acquitted. Is it what the court said? The court says you release him. It is court to give DSS that man. And the same DSS they release him. It's an innocent man who has passed the judge. The judge is over. And up to now, Nigeria has violated the order. So, starting this issue, the order now, how do you think that they can ready to obey the order? They cannot obey it. And some of the people in Abuja, the House of Assembly or the senators or whatever, people send them there for purpose. But some of them there are not there for their own benefit. Now, all the roads and seas in this country called Nigeria, all of them have been appointed by only one single-handed man, Nigerian presidency. And the senators and all of them are there. Why can they allow such a thing to happen? This man will say that you're going to borrow. This one will pass order to go and borrow. We will be there. This one will give it as a piece of this. Is this how it's supposed to be? And nobody is talking. Nobody will ask questions.
Allow her to talk now. You have spoken, so allow her to say her own now. Thank you so much, man.
Okay, if I can, all the same thing now in a when you put the wrong people, or why you want to leave to this vote the other time, to see from the mother. So, all if I tell you, kind of, I mean, kind of, I chanya na this 2023 election. I chanya Can you vote? No, what we I never before when I never vote to party. If I could see kita o kai chanya, never anya na each particular position. Kai never anya, ne anya onye diaika.
The candidates.
The candidate I feel I'm that Ieje life eku. And now you have one candidate to be available. Only are available before you get to lawyer. This is available with you. So check one year going to be shook. I be sure if I may. I think the right persons. Those laws are na here. The right persons I get make one sure that na if I go for my onye digo compromised more where godfather more where godmother before banye banwa. Or if a godfather ya gwa ya ko ya na-eme. Then ndị be anyị itinye CD a ga-elu ụbọchị a ga-eme plenary session ụbọchị a ga-anọ kpa ife ga-agbasa district ya. Ụbọchị anwa ha find out reasons ha ma nọ n'ọchịchị. So ife ọbụla ekwucha dị na-aga. Laws a na-ekwu kịta nwa isi nọ na-aga kwa enwegodu laws na-ada na-follow kwanye a na-implement kwanye all the ife anwa ka anyị na-ekwu. Na ndị anwa nọkwa ndị nọ anọ na ndị nọ anọ anyị tinyesi ebe anwa.
I know from Monia.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, open the Joseph.
Okay.
From UK.
Okay, Mbakwe.
Yeah, even last week ago, like a PPC. The guy my lawyer was doing it.
Okay.
Can you just write that because most of us do this. I like what about the card. I don't know what you want for you to do. So then you really the word into a gamma, someone for any day.
Okay. Then yes,
Thank you, sir.
Okay, when can you when you maka candidate on your na studio?
The candidate on your full couple.
Okay.
Because what the guy man
Okay.
So I have no idea. Not very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And please address the issue of PVC as well.
So if I na if I go code, my mom say to our my teenage the right people na 2023. Kai tie nundi ofo kai for bido mebe. Na if on ofo na pota ekita no wo kwado akodo also na I so na ndị nọ na old government ma ife na afụ ife go nia mali ife nchọ ka ha meele m ha na mere so ha maka nchọ ịbata ya mebezi so onye na anyị na-ekwu na make sikwanụ laws na ndị mmadụ adị follow onye ka a na-akpọ the impunity up and down but oman continues na 2023 ọ itinye anụ nwa kịta na enwere godfather na ọ itinyecha ndị enwere godfather dị anyị pụọ kịta mmadụ asị ma agwaba anyị ife anyị ga-eme mbana anyị ma ife anyị ga-eme kwukwu ya ka anyị ji kabarụ na-apụta ka nji kabarụ na-apụta without godfather so that nlu ebe ahụ nwere onye ga-asị m na nji ụgwọ njide jiri ụgwọ ife anwa mma m ga-achọ ka ụmụ m wee nọrọ ebe anụnwa na-afụ na Naịjirịa ya ka m chọrọ ime m like I said afọ m ezigbo ife na Naịjirịa ụmụ m bata mgbe ezigbo ife adịrọsị ama nchọ ka ha continue like that mma achọ m ka edozikwa Naịjirịa ka ndị si ndị own lifetime ka ha nwekwa akụkọ ya akọ na ife dị mma so those people na-eche na ha dị above the law na ndị na-eme above the law ọ ihe niile a ga-akwụsị because law ga-enwe na effect na ọrụ ndị ọfụ ka etinye ọrụ ndị ezigbo mmadụ ka etinye ezigbo ife ga-emesi then PVC a na-ekwu jegodo local government ama m na ọ dịrị ya before ana announce na ọ dịrị ya before mana announce kwa si buelu from last week jebe local government na PVCs apụtago so let's take them by their word and go and yes akwụkwọ na mma asa last week onwe ndị register na Idemmili ha je Idemmili ha ogidi ha collect go ha collect no story ha collect China last week so check ya ekwuru NLD ọ bụ na register from June na nke ga-apụtago na ebe register from July n'ebe so edesi ya ọ dị there na ọ dịrọ difficult to collect so ka anyị make effort jekwaje collect at the PVC try go to local government under which register
anyị nọbụ na-etinye ọnụ na ihe gbasara working mothers na-arụ ọrụ like the kind of bills nwere ike ya enable fa bụ idozilifa ọrụ otu o si kwesị isi na-aga based on ma Yemonwa and the rest of them will be involved. So in that aspect, just with what you're saying at first.
Ịma na na-ekwu na is a man's work, but a na-ekwusisi n'ezi ụmụ nwaanyị chance ka change it to be because etu ife the prices of things in the market later, one person, one working parent cannot
Meet up with
make the family meet up with their
Their daily
standard
needs.
of their daily needs or standard of living. So any dịkwa ka nwaanyị ka nyebe aka, no matter how small or how big ka nyebe aka. So ekwesịkwa allow nwaanyị kwa enwere many things that come with being female. Ọ bụrụ anyị nwa ka etu Chineke si wee mee. So na elu mgbe nwaanyị ga-adị n'ime chọọ ịmụ n'ụwa a ga-enye next time ọ jee mụọ nwa. Then ụmụ ife nwaanyị esenda di mmadụ ebe a nụnwa isi ka nwaanyị ya ọ ka transfer nwaanyị ya to another place. Ụmụ kelekele ife a ga-enwekwa ife emesịa ya ka encourage kwa the family, that family unit. That's what may help the children will grow up and well.
Yes.
Because I open our youth, was now the youth are they organized and then other things. All this separation and all that are not given. It's not necessary now why na working and one. All usually separation because working now why now and then time sharing. We try to see where's the home.
Okay. Anyhow, all of these things you could go so far. You've exhausted a lot of all our questions, and it can be ready. Got more, cover them more. But anyhow, we like to see you over there. Got some of all of these things in there. If don't implement, they implement. Yes, it's been political views on Ebona the 103.5 FM, and we have been in the studio with Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe, and she is the senatorial candidate for Anambra Central District. Good evening.
Hello, Martin.
Yes, your name and location.
Sorry, my name from Paul.
Okay, Biko Gabani.
I think we're getting wine. I'm American again since I'm even at Tamotai because the woman named the Rama. If I thought of the cab, for example, cab, area. I was not very funny. I'm not very fun now. I was well fun with making a video in area. I make sure I class. I got call on the radio. So I'm not sure again. I'm Mara. I never have a package again. I should go to the hotel. I go to the for now. I'm going to see them. I'm going to go. So without a one hour before, when I went for my animal, so we get an animal, they talk less than a half to one again. I know I don't make any not even you were the position that Chineke Mara. If I don't no one up to us so far. Chineke Mara and the winner, when I get killed now, then I'm not Chineke.
Okay, thank you so much. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Yes, it is still political views. Just quickly, your last word for your electoral, like the people you are talking to now, the voters, your last word for them. Sell it real quick. Let's call it a day.
One name, Anambra Central. Anambra Gono na unu tieme ba wana ife di iche garden and informal garden. Unu aga na afom. I got cheat to be far together. Actually, I want to bring the government to the people, not people going to government. It's not right. All government are putting them money. All government. The reason I sit in a government is because I try things for the community. So about community and I try. So because here can saloon can a new Nigeria, but also can if I want for man if I for kind of Kai tinye ndofo na government this time. Kai fu keni fair because everybody born your foketa. I feel I'm not born before, so I feel you go defend that one. So anybody have him dia so on your phone can then make a check.
Yes, thank you so much for coming into the studio with us. Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe, thank you so much, and we pray that your ambition, you will realize it. This is where we will call it a day on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We've been in the studio with Barrister Mrs. Helen Mbakwe. And this is why we call it a day. It is Martin Ifeanyuchukwu, AKZ. Let's keep a date. Political Views comes to you every Monday 3 o'clock p.m. and then every Saturday by 10 o'clock a.m. So keep a date. Thank you so much. Good evening.